What's up, everybody in Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube land? This is Jesseburn representing Team FTK, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my very own favorite deck, coming at you guys from Bystander X79's channel to show you guys my Chainburn deck profile. So if you guys like what you see, please make sure to subscribe to Team FTK. Also keep subscribing to Bystander X79. He does really good videos, really awesome deck profiles. So let's jump into the list and show you guys what I play. Alright guys, so once again, big shout outs to Bystander X79 for letting me post on his channel. So before I jump into the list, I'd just like to tell you guys a little bit about Team FTK. So what we like to do on the channel is basically like rogue and anti-meta deck profiles. Just basically decks for fun because we're not super competitive. We lean more towards the casual side of having fun and playing like decks like Chainburn, Yosenju's, Volcanics, stuff like that. And I just really like to have fun on my channel. We also like to do a lot of discussions to help out new players in the game. So like anything from how to get new players into the game, as well as like sleeper decks and such as that. So let's get in the list. I'll show you guys what I play. So we start off with 3 battle faders. This is really good to end the battle phase. Your opponent tries to attack you directly and you just stop them by special summoning battle fader. Really good. We play 1 Lava Golem. This is for the Thunder Dragon matchup. They'll usually end their board with either like 2 dragons or a Link monster and a dragon. So you'll just give them this bad boy, tribute over their 2 monsters, make them take 1,000 points of damage, and then you'll be able to activate your cards to search. So it comes up when it does, so that's why we only play 1. And I play 1 of the 4,000 attacker Time Lord. When he attacks after the battle phase, he does 2,000 damage to your opponent. So it's really good. And then we play 1 Michion because he halves your opponent's life points, and he just cuts it in half, which is really good. So they'll go from 8,000 to 4,000, and then 4,000 to 2,000, and so on and so on. So he's really good, and all Time Lords shuffle themselves back in the deck, so I have no reason to play multiple copies, so I just like playing 1 and 1. Then we play 2 Lilith. I like playing 2. 3 is a bit cloggy, but it's really good because it dodges Ash Blossom and Draw Unlock Bird, and it sets your cards, your normal traps from the deck. So it's really good, and it gives you access to any of your cards faster. Then for the spells, 1 Chain Strike for the namesake of the deck. I really wish this card was at 3. Then we play 2 Duality and 2 Desires. In any other deck, I don't like playing more than 1 Desires, but in Chainburn, I feel like you burn through your resources so fast that it's okay. And I thought about bumping this up to 3, but right now I'm really happy with it at 2 because we also run 2 Scapegoats. This is for having a wall of protection, but it's also good for your Link Summon plays because you can make big beaters to put in more damage. Then we play 3 Secret Blast. This is really good because if your opponent destroys it, they're going to take 1,000 damage because it gets hit in graveyard. But it's also really good because it does 300 damage to your opponent for each card they have on field. So even if they just have 3 cards on field, doing 900 damage is still a lot. Then 3 Secret Barrel, which is really good because it burns your opponent for cards in hand also, and on field times 200. So you could just basically wait till your opponent gains a bunch of resources and then just burn them out for game. Then we play 3 Ceasefire. This card is really busted. I love it in the game. I love that we can have it back at 3. It's really good because your opponent's going to fill up their board with Link monsters. So it's going to hit them for even more damage than it would before because we have a new monster zone. So your opponent's going to have 6 monsters, so they're going to take 3,000 for this. Really busted if they have 6 on field. They play 3 Just Desserts. Burns your opponent for 500 for each monster they control. Really good. That's about it. We used to play it in combination with the Geometria, but nowadays in Link format, you don't want to give your opponent a Link monster, so it's really good. So we play 3 Reckless Greed for draw power. You draw 2 cards, skip your next 2 draw phases. It really doesn't matter though, because you play cards like Accumulated Fortune that lets you gain even more access to draw cards. And with playing Lilith, you actually get faster access to this, so you get to draw more cards. Then we play 3 Threatening Roar to end the battle phase. Once again, to stop your opponent from even entering the battle phase, And this works out really good because You just want to flip it over and make sure your opponent can't do damage that turn. Then we play 2 Trap Trick. This is really busted. It's really great just to search out even more of your normal traps. It really makes it where you can go for game faster too. You just make sure to activate this at the end of your chain, so that way you can still activate another card to hit your opponent for game. And then we play 2 Blazing Mirror Force to bait out your opponent's attacks and burn them for a lot of damage. It's really good in combination with the Time Lords. Moving on to the extra deck, we run 1 Link Spider for the Scapegoats, as well as in unison with 2 Mrs. Radiance to do a bunch of damage. And then we also have Borlo Dragon, the Green Dragon, 1 Unicorn, 1 Cerberus, and 1 Phoenix. So this was Jesseburn representing Team FTK, coming at you guys from Bystander X79's channel. Please make sure to keep subscribing to him as well as Team FTK. This is Jesseburn, out.